Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another stream today as Bitcoin is dumping to zero. I'm just kidding, guys. I expect a lot of bears in the chat this morning, right? Bitcoin's having a little bit of a drop. But if we look at the hourly chart, in reality, are we really dropping down to the downside? No, we're kind of just going sideways and slightly down in a actually semi-bullish formation, but we're going to go over that in a second. But I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. As always, it's Tuesday, 10:15. Yeah, I'm 15 minutes later than I said I was going to be. It is what it is. Shout out to Speedway, by the way. Shout out to Speedway, best sponsor in the game. Not really a sponsor, but Dunkin' denied me, so now I promote Speedway and not Dunkin' Coffee. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. All right, so let's jump on into it here. What is Bitcoin doing on the short-term time frames? I'm seeing a lot of, actually, I'm really not seeing a lot of bearishness, but I'm seeing a lot of like uncertainty. Oh, Bitcoin's dropping. I hope it's just a drop. In reality, we're really not dumping, guys. I mean, we're down just to kind of start out with my usual trollness. We're down about 1.5% from our candle body highs on the hourly chart, which is really nothing in reality. Hold on, let me fix. Oh yeah, that's better. For some reason I was getting cut off. We're down about 1.5% on the hourly chart here. So in reality, we're not really doing much. We're kind of just oscillating down in some sort of falling channel, right? And we're gonna take a look at where the possibilities are that we could bounce from. I think the bounce is coming somewhat soon here on the hourly chart. Obviously, this is the short-term time frame. We know on this channel that the short-term time frame is not really what matters, but we look at it to get some sort of sense of direction here in the short term. So you can see here when we're we're kind of just oscillating up and down in this falling channel, up and down. It looks like we're kind of on that step of making our way back down now, and hopefully bouncing off this level down here. Now we know that why that level is so important, right? It's our last candle body highs on the hourly, right? Looks sleepy. ETH must be excited again. Me and ETH had a long night last night, so I'll put it that way. We had a very long night last night. But you can see here, we did, or this is an important area. It's our candle body highs on the hourly chart right there, right? So also, why is this level so important? Well, if we look at this red line coming across, right, that is also the 1 hour, the 200-day moving average, SMA, as it's coming over here, right? So that could also be an area of significance that we could bounce off of. Both of those kind of meet at somewhat the same point, which I don't think is really a coincidence. And I think that, if we come back down a little bit lower here and we bounce off that level, could make a lot of sense. Now, let's take a look at our Fibonacci targets on the short term. Let's take this swing low to this swing high and see if we have any confluence in that general area. Depends if you want to count this wick up here. I don't think that makes too much sense. But if we look at from this initial swing low to this swing high here, you can see that the 382 Fibonacci also is right at that general area. So a lot of confluence at that general $45,000 area. And I think what we were looking at yesterday, we'll look at that in a second, but we don't have any bullish divergence. We don't have any bearish divergence on the hourly chart just yet. But I do think if we drop it down a little bit lower, on the hourly, it's also possible that we could possibly make some bullish divergence here within the next couple hours if we do make a little bit more of a dip, right? Where we come back down, maybe somewhere in this general vicinity and make a, higher low, while the hourly RSI drops and we make a lower low. Definitely could have some bullish divergence in the making if that drops a little bit lower than that, right? So that's what I'm seeing on the hourly. Watch this sort of falling channel. It's not perfect. I would have called it a bull flag if this little part here was also a bounce on this. But unfortunately, if you do extend this up, it doesn't really match that low. So we can't really use that as a bull flag. I would have liked to use this as a bull flag, but it's kind of nullified by this little low here. So I'm going to watch it as more just a falling channel. And see where we kind of go from there. What's up? BTC will at minimum hit 120K this year. Interesting, Satoshi. Like I've always said, I think Bitcoin will get over 100K. Will it happen this year? I don't know. I'm still under the belief that we're in some type of elongated cycle. So 100K this year might be a little bit tough, but I do think we break all-time highs by this year, for sure. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, you could see here pretty clearly. All right, pretty clearly. This rising wedge is still a possibility, right? We try to look at some of the bearish stuff as they happen, and this is still a possibility. Now, what I will say is you only have 2 touches on the bottom side of this wedge, so you really gotta you need at least 3 touches on the downside in order to confirm, right? In order to confirm this for BTC, because I see a lot of people shouting rising wedge. You can't really call it a trend line with only 2 touches on the bottom side. You only have 2 touches. So until we come back down and make a 3rd touch, or we come back down to retest the bottom here, it doesn't really make sense to call this a trend line. I have it drawn just in case it does happen, but like I said, it's not a confirmed trend unless you have 3 touches.
Massive green wick for.
Whoa. Yeah, we'll take a look at that in a second, man. Shane. Thanks for the super chat, though, man. But yeah, until we get a 3rd touch, it's not really something that that you can do that. So on the 4-hour time frame, do we have any bullish divergence just yet? Not really just yet. Not really just yet. We're still kind of just waiting on this so-called next move here for BTC, but man, but yeah, this guy mowing. I don't know if you guys can hear the guy mowing the lawn. The guy's mowing his lawn out there. Of course, right when I stream, it's always all quiet until I start streaming. Then everyone has to start doing something. Always, man. Always, man. I am in the 75 to 85 camp this bull cycle. Definitely could be possible. Definitely could be possible that we top out up there. But that's why we take profits on the way up, right? That's why we take profits on the way up. Man, pullbacks are boring. Facts. All right, but anyways, we don't have any bullish divergence, no really bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame either. So we're just waiting. We're really just waiting on Bitcoin's next move. Like, what does Bitcoin want to do here on this next move? And there's not really much to look at here on the 4-hour time frame. It's just, if we break this previous high here, okay, if we break this previous high here, then a retest of this local high here at about 42,400 or so probably would make sense here for Bitcoin for the next move on the 4-hour. So we'll watch that. Obviously, the 4 hours not telling us too much. It's really the date. To go back over to the daily, we're still hovering over our 200-day SMA, and you can see earlier today we didn't quite wick down to it, but we got pretty damn close. I would have liked to wick down to it and tested it on the new day, because we know we tested it yesterday, but you guys know I did tell you we got the close above it yesterday, but we need to get a separate close, right? We need to get a separate close to retest the 200-day SMA as support. We didn't quite do it yet, which is kind of annoying. We wicked very, very close, with probably within $100 or so of touching it. We'll see if we test that today. It would be nice to get it over with and confirm it as support today. I don't know if it's going to happen today, but that definitely is what we're watching here. We still have the bearish divergence, right? We still have the bearish divergence on the daily, so keep that in mind. Certainly a possibility of this still playing out, so watch out for that. Now, like I stated, though, if we get literally one more daily candle to the upside, let me get rid of that, then that should get rid of that daily bearish divergence. You can see one more green candle will give us a higher high on the RSI, right? And also give us a higher high on the price action. So we really just need one more move to the upside to completely disengage that. So we'll watch that over time. Not really much else to comment on that besides the fact that we need to hold this 200-day SMA. As we talked about, it's a very, very important level. It's currently at, let me actually put this up here for you guys. It's currently at this moment, 45,047. That's the level that we're watching right now for BTC to hold today, right? So even if we drop down to relatively around this level, everything should be fine. Could just be a bullish back test of it. So watch this level, guys. 44,047. If we wick below it, it's all about where we close. So if we wick below it today, still not the end of the world, right? It's still not the end of the world. Bitcoin could just go right back over it and say
nope, nope, nope,
and just kind of continue up, right? Got to catch up on my coffee here. Running a little late today. I've only got like a fourth of the coffee in me right now, so you promised to burn the McDonald's hat after the 200 MA close. I will burn the McDonald's hat. I will do that tonight. Somehow, some way, I will come up with something to burn the McDonald's hat. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but stay tuned. I will do that tonight. Some way. There must be some video or something online where I can find where someone's burning the damn McDonald's hat. But anyways, that's really the daily. Not much else besides that. I mean, we do have some, we've talked about our fib levels. Let me actually bring it up on this chart. Let me actually get rid of our cup and handle neckline. We already tested that. Let's take our fibs from our bull market high in 2017 to our bear market low in 2018. All right. We've talked about this, why is that not lining up this time? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, why did I do that? The heck? Right there. High to low. All right. You look at that in the weekly, but about according to this, about 49,000 is that next Fibonacci target. I don't know why that keeps getting messed up here. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, so about 49,000 is that next Fibonacci target. Can we go up and hit that? And as well as if we take our Fibonacci target to, let's just check our fibs. Let's check all our fibs. Let's check from our swing low in March to our swing high here. The 236, funny enough, happens to be right at about 50,000 as well. So a lot of confluence right around that level on the fibs. And then also if we bring out our swing high to swing low here, you can see that our golden pocket also happens to be around 50,000, 51,000. So a lot of confidence between like 49,000 and 51,000. A lot of different fill levels. You can see right now from our swing high to our swing low in this move right here. Let me actually pinpoint that a little bit better. There we go. You can see where we actually got resistance on this last move, guys, was exactly the 0.5 fib from our swing high to swing low on this move. So you can see it almost was perfect. And you can see this move right here was perfect to the 382. So you can see what happened the last time we hit a fib. Will this mean that we get a significant pullback like we did here? Right there, we got a pullback of, we're talking about 12%. So will we see another pullback like that? I personally don't think so, but it certainly could happen. The reason why I don't think it will happen because it looks like, based off these daily wicks, that we already came back down to test that level on this actually yesterday. Came back down to test that level yesterday. So doesn't mean it can't happen. Doesn't mean we can't come back down, test this level, right, and then continue up to our next fib target and kind of stair step our way up. That would be the most logical way for Bitcoin to move up here. But nonetheless, definitely watch out for that as a possibility because that's what Bitcoin has kind of done on this way up so far. Obviously, it's only been one fib level, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Cardano. Jordan's still dizzy from ETH last night. Must have been all night. Guys, ETH has been keeping me up very, very late lately. Very, very late night because of ETH. Every night. And you know what? I'm not gonna complain because this is the most action that I've gotten in months. As you guys know, our marriage has been a little rocky lately, but our marriage is rocking right now, and she's giving me so much freaking action. So just for you guys, I'm gonna keep clapping it. All right. Real quick, Bitcoin on the weekly still looks good. Still looks good. The level we want to hold for Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Let me actually put this up here for you guys too. Is 43,318 at the moment. So that is our 20-week SMA. So we just want to hold this on the weekly. We're pretty significantly over that right now. We're about, obviously about $2,100 above that. So we got a lot of room to work with here. As far as even a dip for Bitcoin here, if we were to get a dip. We just want to close the weekly above the 20-week SMA. So you guys know that. We've been talking about that, verbatim here, but that's the level to watch out for. If we break down below it, well, then we can start talking about maybe some downwards targets on the weekly because of a rejection from the 20-week SMA. But as of right now, I mean, we're pretty significantly over it. We know a lot can change over the course of a week, though. I mean, we're about 4% above it. 4% is like cotton candy at a local fair for Bitcoin. Like, it's very, very, very. So it's like cotton candy at a state fair for Bitcoin. It's very, very easy to find. There's stands everywhere. So Bitcoin could easily, over the course of the week, come back down and close below that. So very, very important week for Bitcoin overall. Not just today, right? Obviously, yesterday was very important for the daily. This week, in general, very, very important for the weekly because, like we talked about yesterday, we don't know if we actually closed above the 20-week SMA or not, right? Some exchanges closed above it, some exchanges closed below it. So it's one of those things that we're going to have to sort of over time here, kind of figure out if we closed above it. I think the easiest way to do that, well, not worry about last week, but instead worry about this week and close above that weekly moving average. 43,318, that's the level for us to watch for BTC. And then not really much else. I mean, the monthly still looking super bullish. I mean, not really much else to comment on the monthly than yesterday. I did want to flip on and talk mostly about altcoins early this morning. The sweet, sweet nectar of victory. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're probably from New England if you know what I'm talking about with that. The sweet, sweet nectar of victory, aka coffee. But if you guys are from New England, you know that saying. Algo, if you're in here, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so Ethereum on the daily, just consolidating, right? We're consolidating right below previous resistance. Very, very, just a level that makes a lot of sense for Ethereum to consolidate under. And consolidating right under resistance, to me, very, very bullish. Okay, we keep butting our head against that resistance. The more times we do, the more times we're likely to break it. You can see 4 days in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, have tried to break this resistance. And it looks like if we go to the short-term time frames, not only does it keep trying to break that resistance, but in the meantime, it seems like it's making higher lows every time it seems to do so. Okay, we're going to look at the 1 hour chart in a second. Actually, let's switch over to the 1 hour now. Actually, earlier today, we actually wicked above that level. We couldn't hold it, though. We couldn't hold it. So we're having a tough time closing above about 3,190, right? Seems to be that kind of annoying level for Ethereum to break above. We know what we were talking about yesterday, this possible inverse head and shoulders. It just can't break that resistance. So until it does, it's one of those things we're kind of just waiting on here. Do you have any bearish divergence? No bullish divergence. So you're kind of in the hourly, you're kind of just waiting at the moment. And other than that, What I will say here in the hourly time frame is you still continue to just make higher lows. So watch this sort of support line coming up. I think, you know, what's going to happen over the course of today, as Bitcoin kind of consolidates, ETH is going to consolidate too. But the problem with, or not the problem, but the good thing with ETH's consolidation is you are making, you know, higher lows and you're getting rejected at same point on the top side. So, guess you could maybe call it some type of ascending triangle if you wanted to. You could call it maybe a rising channel if you want to count the wicks, something like this as well. So we'll watch what happens with ETH, but I think, you know, consolidation right under resistance is usually a good sign. You can see you smacked it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Eventually this will break. I think we're just kind of waiting on Bitcoin's next move. Does Bitcoin want to continue higher, or does Bitcoin want to correct? That's what we're waiting on for ETH at the moment. So I'm not going to comment on too much on the daily. You guys know the daily, right? It's above all major, you know, moving averages, all the EMAs, right? AKA the EMA ribbon. EMA ribbon flip bullish, above all our moving averages, right? Don't really have to comment on the moving averages. You guys know it's above all the moving averages. And on the weekly, okay, same thing. We're above our weekly EMA. We have bounced off our weekly EMA, above our 10 and our 20, right? When we're above in the 10 and 20, ETH tends to be in a very, very bullish state. When we're below it, it tends to get resistance on it and be in some type of bear trend. We're now back above it, which means that we're in a bull trend for Ethereum. It's just facts based off previous price action. So not much else to comment on there, but still looks very good. ETH Bitcoin ratio getting a nice, trying to get a nice move to the upside here. If we actually go to the shorter term time frames, I think ETH is trying to consolidate here. Try to get some consolidation, depending on how you want to look at this. Yeah, I'm going to say maybe some type of symmetrical triangle. It's not perfect on the top side. But what I will state is it is consolidating. You know, we just need to get that next leg to the upside. But I do expect this to continue up, right? I do expect Ethereum to continue to outpace Bitcoin here over the short and long term. So that's ETH, right? You guys know what we're waiting on for Ethereum. Not much else besides that. Massive green wick for ETH Bitcoin on daily good. It depends if it's good. It's good for you if you're in Bitcoin. I mean, guys, I think this was just a classic sense of a back test, right? Resistance coming down, clear back test, and are now trying to move up higher. So to me, that was just a clear test of a clear indication of a back test. And I think I still continue this to think that this will continue back higher up to the upside, in my personal opinion, right? In my personal opinion. XRP pumped this morning. I'm sure it did. I think everything pumped this morning. I'm pretty sure every single coin pumped this morning at some point, besides Bitcoin. Alex said PP. Alec, I don't know what that means, but you know, I'm sure it means something really good. I'm sure. Cardano finally got some moves, guys. Let's friggin' go. Cardano finally looking good.
Strap up, we're going to the moon.
About friggin' time Cardano makes some moves here. If we look here, you know, we broke our daily. The level we wanted to break for Cardano, we have finally broken to the upside. So cheers for all the Cardano holders, right? You can see we finally broke our neckline here for Cardano. So I do think, you know, as long as Bitcoin stays in a bullish trend, that's always what we want to state with these altcoins. You know, Cardano's target to me is our W pattern all the way up there at about 189. And we've already seen Ethereum make that move, right? We've already seen Bitcoin start to make that move. Cardano's kind of been that one that's kind of just been stalling, right? Really hasn't moved at all. Finally, today, getting a nice move to the upside. Really nice to see because, as we know, we're waiting patiently on Cardano. It was struggling, not moving as high as these other coins, and finally moved. So congrats to all you Cardano holders. Alex said PP. I have no idea what that means, Alex. No idea. But I appreciate the super chat, man, and hope you have a good day. I don't know if there's something maybe wrong with your PP or something. I don't know. We're not going to go too far into that. We're not going to go too far into that. Shiba Inu was up a lot. Lick my bees. How dare you state anything about Shiba Inu? How dare you? No, but obviously, Cardano in the 4-hour classic breakout. I think if you look at it a little bit closely, I mean, Cardano did exactly what we expected Ethereum to do. Just Ethereum hasn't done it yet. You can see here, classic inverse head and shoulders. And we were talking about this yesterday too. Cardano broke out. ETH hasn't broken out yet. So I expect, you know, this is hopefully a leading indicator that Ethereum will do the same. You can see you're dipping right now on Cardano. Why are you dipping on Cardano right now? Well, because Bitcoin is dipping a little bit. Bitcoin 45,350. For all you guys who are just joining the stream now, I'm expecting a bounce off the bottom of this falling channel for Bitcoin, just like it's done once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And also you have a big support coming across at 45,000, which are your previous highs. You also have your 200-day moving average sitting right there as well. So I'm expecting a bounce off the bottom there. A lot of confluence in this general level here. But anyways, Cardano is dipping a little bit right now. If we want to take a look at like maybe short-term price swings here, you know, let's maybe take this swing low to this swing high and maybe see where we could pull back to. It actually makes some sense. I think the golden pocket here makes some sense. Let's see. I'm actually going to take this swing low. This swing low. I'm taking the swing low of the whole move. The reason why, I think, if you see exactly where the golden pocket is. So if you do pull back to like 150, I don't want everyone screaming for the hills. Oh, fake out, fake out, fake out. The golden pocket from your legit swing low here. You can see your golden pocket on this between the 0.618 and 0.65 lines up perfectly with the top of this last trend, right? Between 150 and about, well, really at like 150. So a pullback to here and a bounce, to me, would make a lot of friggin' sense. We'll see if that ends up happening, but that could be a scenario what Cardano does here in the short term. If we actually bring out this higher time frames, I mean, on the daily, does that really matter on the daily? Not really, right? This is what we really should be caring about, guys, is the daily time frame. We were talking about the daily. To me, I think 182 is going to be coming here as long as Bitcoin stays in an uptrend. All right. So we did Bitcoin, we did Ethereum, we did Cardano. I know you guys are going to be asking for a bunch of altcoins. Every altcoin broke up today. So we're not going to have time to look at every single one, but Binance coin obviously broke up to the upside too. At about, went all the way up to like 175 actually. So nice breakout there. Looks like, you know, Binance did exactly what we wanted to see Cardano do. We have this W reversal, okay? We broke up to the upside, we back tested that neckline, and now this was the bounce off that neckline. So awesome structure. Awesome structure. Now you might get some resistance here. If you look up, right there, you do have a couple local highs here, right? You have 1 high, you have 2 highs, you have 3 highs, right? But you can see here, you're hitting that level too. So that could give you some little resistance, right? I'm not gonna think you're gonna smash right here, but if you do break 377, I think a quick move up to 433 makes a lot of sense. You look left, I mean, it was pretty much, for the most part here, you know, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight up, straight down. Not a lot of stuff, or not a lot of price action in between 377 and 433. So I think it could be a quick move up to here if we do break 377. Obviously, a lot of this stuff, I'm not going to touch it on every single coin, but a lot of these coins are above their EMA ribbons, perfect bounces off of it. Looks like it's about to flip bullish here. You can see that yellow is starting to get back over the red. This will probably flip bullish very shortly, probably within the next couple of days, assuming we stay at those price levels. above all our short-term moving averages. So, I mean, everything looks good there for Binance Coin too. Everything looks good there. Anyways, what else you guys want to look at? I think XRP had a nice little pump today. Sort of, I guess. XRP really didn't break out yet today. Tried its merry hardest, but you can see all this support back here on the candle closes on the daily, and you're having resistance right now on that. You wicked above it, now you're back below it. It's an important level for you to break. 83 cents for XRP. Just looking left, makes a lot of sense. What about VET? We'll get to as many as we can, guys. We'll get to as many as I can. You got to remember that there's, you know, thousands of different altcoins, right? Thousands of different altcoins, but we'll get to as many as we can get here. But yeah, XRP, you know, you break this resistance line, you know, just looking left, I think, you know, we know what the deal is. We got to wait for BTC but next move, but 92.7 should be that next move for XRP, considering this uptrend continues. You don't have bearish divergence on the daily. You have room to run up if you really want to. Now, you can see here, we already pulled back. What I like to see on these moves up is you already pull back to test. So you can see right here, you had this previous high, you pull back to test that level there at about 76 cents. You already retested that level. So I think it's natural now to continue the trend. Just need Bitcoin to continue the trend. Bitcoin dumping.
Everybody panic, we're going. Everybody panic, we're going to zero.
We have Lick My Juicy Bees saying everything dumping. Told y'all. Lick my juicy bees. All right? You can lick my juicy bees. I'm just kidding. You're one of my friends in here. You're always in here. You're always in here. We have like some class 1 trolls. Lick My Juicy Bees is a really good troll. Who else is a really good troll? I'm looking through the chat right now. Let's see. I think we have Chill Money as a troll. I think Chill Money is kind of a salty troll, though. Chill Money. I will always say on my streams, I have no idea what's going to happen next. I'm just sitting here looking at the charts, seeing what the charts are telling me. If people want to take what I'm saying as, you know, as something that they want to take into account, they can. But you also have to remember on my streams, a lot of time we have Bob, Ken, Java on my streams. So you can't take my streams too seriously. My streams are mainly for fun, right? Mainly for fun. And what I always tell people is, you know, if you take yourself too seriously, you should be careful of people who take themselves too seriously. I don't take myself seriously. So you guys, for the most part, you know, take what I say with a grain of salt. Don't take me too seriously. Watch my streams with an open mind and formulate your own opinions, right? But Chill Money, that's definitely true, man. Definitely true. 97% trolls. Let's see. 45,210 right now. As we're continuing down. Let's see if we bounce off this support line. I knew we were going to have a bunch of the bears in here today because Bitcoin's dropping like 2%. And when Bitcoin drops 2%, all the bears come out of hibernation. But when it's pumping, you don't see any of them out here. But what I will state is, even when Bitcoin's going down, okay, you got to take. The bulls are still in the chat that's one thing I will say is the bulls are always still in the chat no matter what the prices are doing, right? The bulls will always state their opinion even when the price is going down. The bears, they go into hibernation when the price goes up. You don't see them in the chat, but when the price starts going down, you get all of them coming out the woodwork. And that's not to say that everyone can't have their own opinion. Everyone can have their own opinion. It's just stick to your guns when it doesn't go the way you want it to go. All right, I'll always stick to my bullish guns. I might be a little bit bearish short term sometimes. If I'm bearish short term, it's because there's something on the charts that's showing me that we're bearish short term. I'm always bullish long term though, and I'll never backtrack on my bullish long term stance. Never. Clearly going to zero. Facts. All right, so we looked at XRP. What else you got? VChain. VChain. Let's see. VChain. So VChain, you can see here, not really doing much the last couple days. You're kind of just chilling out, chilling like a little villain right now. Chilling like a little villain. You're not really doing much at the moment. Let's see what you got. Yeah, you're not really any, like, if you're just kind of looking at this, you're not really looking at this from sort of a, you're not really looking at this as sort of a level where you have any confluence at. I mean, you're just looking left. I mean, you look where you keep getting rejected from, at least on your daily close, not a lot of confluence on this level. I mean, I guess you have a little support back here, but this doesn't seem like a major area to me. Maybe you have a fib level here. Let's take a look. Let's take your swing high to swing low. All right, there we go. That's usually the case. If it's not like a major support resistance level, it's usually going to be some type of Fibonacci level. So you can see here from your swing high to swing low. Why is that messed up? Oh, because I took it from there. Okay. Makes sense. But you can see your swing high to swing low. You can see that this is your 236 Fibonacci level. So that's why you're getting some resistance there. And you look up. I mean, your 382 matches perfectly with that next local high as well. So watch out for that as your next resistance if VChain does move up. If Bitcoin gets a correction, which we always state is certainly always possible. You know, a retest, which we never did, I think makes a lot of sense here for VChain. A retest of 9.2 cents would make some sense as a retest if Bitcoin does continue to pull back a little bit. But like I said, I expect Bitcoin to bounce off the bottom of this again. In my personal opinion, if it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't really affect me at the end of the day. But yeah, a retest of that makes some sense if you do pull back. Daily's a little bit overbought, so certainly would not be out of the question. But Anchor, we can do Anchor, but yeah, look for 14.2 at next resistance though. If you can break your current resistance at about 11 cents. Chill Money said, just thought it was weird that you don't put out regular videos without streaming. I just don't. I used to put out regular videos. I just don't enjoy it. It's just not. It's not a fun process for me. Streaming is a lot more fun, man. It's a lot more fun to stream, right? You can interact with chat. You know, hang out with the people that watch your stuff, and I like hanging out with the people that do this. So making videos for me is not fun because you're just making a static video, rendering it, editing it, uploading it, and going away. That's not fun. I like interacting with people, just kind of how I am as a person. So that is why I stream and I don't do videos. And yeah, that's really that, man. Nothing else to say besides that. Fidel said Anchor. We can do Anchor. Anchor. Let's throw out that anchor in the ocean. And yeah, that's what Anchor's trying to do right now. It's trying to pull, it's like on a boat right now and trying to pull up that anchor with the crane. It's having a tough time breaking that resistance. And it can't really get that anchor back on the boat. But, you know, if we're looking at this from sort of a point of view like this, you could see here, right, like that. You got some type of resistance coming down. Not obviously not a perfect trend line. You guys get the general gist there, and support sort of coming across on the 4-hour, sort of like this. So what I'm looking at is you are making lower highs, and you're making sort of the same point on the bottom side. Actually, very, very similar to Bitcoin's price action, where you could actually draw this as, you know, possibly some sort of falling channel, if you really wanted to, and depending on how you want to draw up, you get the general gist. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you're above your previous high, right? So this could have just been a back test, but you usually want to see a nice, you know, a back test and a confirmation, you know, higher candle. you're kind of just consolidating above support, which I don't love, right? It's the same thing as how when we say we consolidate right above resistance, or right below resistance is bullish, because the more times you hit it, the more times it's likely to break. You can say the same thing about support, right? The more times you hit it, the more time it's likely to break. But in a bull trend, I think, you know, sort of confirming support multiple times is actually healthy. But you got to get that next leg to the upside. You just got to do it. You're kind of just consolidating here for anchor. And there's not really much else to state besides that. I mean, you're just waiting on that next move, man. I mean, daily RSI was a little bit overbought. You got the correction you needed. You have room to run up if you really want to now. Looking at this from sort of this perspective, 11.5 cents could be that next resistance there for anchor here. But yeah, man. Previous support, turn into resistance. That's a big level for anchor. All right. Previous support flipped as resistance. You don't want to come back up and flip it as resistance again. You want to get back over that. That's a big swing level there for anchor, if you tend to do so. Daily EMA ribbon is flipped bullish again. And short-term moving averages, you're above all of them for the most part. You just went back below. I think this is your, on the short-term moving averages. Yeah, just your 10 daily, so nothing important, but definitely something to keep an eye on there if you can't get back over that short term. Nice red t-shirt. Thank you, Alexander. It's actually my Bahamas t-shirt. I'm always wearing the Bahamas t-shirt. Very, very comfortable t-shirt, and it reminds me that I want to go on vacation, which I will be going on vacation very, very shortly, which I'm excited for, you know? What's up, Chill Mini? I like the video. Yeah, chill money. Chill money. What a lot of people don't realize about me is if I call you out in the chat, I'm calling you out to either troll you, okay? And it's all fun, right? We have fun in the stream. It's all fun in games. You know, I never mean to personally attack people. If I troll you in the chat or if I troll someone, it's totally just playful fun. Because if you guys are allowed to troll me, I will troll you right back. And what I also will state is I have a big mouth. I'm not afraid to state my opinions, which a lot of people are in this modern world. And yeah, so, and what I will state is a lot of people are under the assumption that every stream they go into is someone that thinks they know what is really going to happen next and thinks they're an expert. You guys know, I'm not going to go too far into that, but I definitely don't call myself an expert. What I will call myself an expert on is dollar cost averaging and hodling, which takes absolutely no effort, by the way. It takes a monkey to dollar cost average and hodl, but it tends to be one of the best strategies in crypto. That's the only thing I'll state that I'm good at is dollar cost averaging holding, which I will say anyone can do, right? And I'm definitely no expert. I'm definitely no trading expert, right? I used to be decent at trading. I haven't done it in a while because dollar cost averaging and hodling is the better strategy in my opinion of what I've learned over the years. No one knows what they're talking. No, and I don't mean to call some people out, but I, you know, why do you think, right? And let me state this, guys. Let me state this. If people were so good at trading, all right, and this is going deep here. If this is going deep here, why do you think so many people that act like they're so good at trading, right, promote their indicators so much, right? If they were so good at trading and they could make unlimited amount of money trading, why do you think that they would want to give up that secret to everyone and sell you their indicator when they could just use it and make an unlimited amount of money? Because because you think about it this way, the more times that they sell their indicator to you, right? Think about it this way. The more that indicator is not going to work, because the more people who have that indicator, the more people are going to counter trade that indicator, right? So think about that when you're watching all these trading experts, right? If they were so good at trading, they wouldn't be shoving their indicators down your throat, right? So that's just my personal opinion. But oh, watch out for people. Watch out for those people. You know. And the trading algo bots, right? The algo, the freaking, you know, trading you these bots. If it was so good, they would literally just use their bots themselves. They wouldn't sell them to other people. Let's see. How does legislation affect Bitcoin versus ADA? And there is a chance Alabama hack rescinds. See, I don't think that this legislation is going to have really effect on I don't think this bill is going to have any effect really on crypto, man. You see, it really hasn't had any effect. What I will say is, like what we talked about yesterday. I had a kind of a rant alert. I'll do another rant alert.
Rant alert.
I'll do another rant alert here. What I will state is that you know, if this bill in the U.S. was going to have a big effect on the market, it would have had a big effect on the market this weekend, right? Because a lot of the times you get this FUD in a downtrend, it's going to have a huge effect. But when Bitcoin's strong and when the crypto market's strong, it's really not going to affect the market too much. You can see as we had this FUD, the Bitcoin price still rose. And what I was saying yesterday is, if this same thing happened 2 months ago, Bitcoin probably would have dumped like 10, 20% to the downside off this news. The fact that Bitcoin's still holding right now above 45,000 and it's actually moved up the last week or so with this news coming out is extremely bullish. And I don't think people realize how bullish that actually is and how strong that actually shows that the crypto market is right now. So I'm going a little bit of a tangent here, but you know, a lot of people aren't looking at it from the bullish stance of how strong the crypto market's holding right now, right? I'm just trying to keep it real, man. There's nothing wrong with trying to grow your business. What's up, man? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be honest. Like, you guys know how business works. I mean, I get it from building your business perspective. Like, if you want to build a business around trading, and your main selling point of that is selling some type of indicator, I get it, right? I get it up to a certain point. It's just, to me, it's a little fishy. It seems a little fishy to me, but it is what it is. What's up, Milk and Honey? FUD alert. What's up, What's up, Swids? Juan Smith said, dude, if no one knows if things will go up or... I'm just kind of answering stuff in the chat right now. We can look at coins and stuff too if you guys want me to. I'm just kind of going on in the chat. Juan Smith, but dude, if no one knows if things will go up or down, then why did you title a video Bitcoin break is coming? Break could mean an upwards break or a downwards break, man. Right. Yeah, that's a second bike, but I've definitely gotten wrecked. But yeah, Smith. So when I say breakout, right, a breakout can mean a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside, right? So a lot of people say breakdown or breakout. When I say breakout, it can mean either way. It just means that it's breaking its current pattern. So when I say breakout, I don't necessarily mean it's going to break out to the upside, right? It could break out either way. So if you ever see one of my videos like Bitcoin breakout is coming, it's usually when you see some type of triangle, right? And you're kind of consolidating in that triangle, right? And you're close to a breakout, which means you could break out to the upside or downside. So that's what I mean if I title a video Bitcoin breakout is coming, if that makes sense. Because I guess, like I've always said, no one knows in the short term which direction Bitcoin's going to go. It's all just kind of fun and games, especially in times like this where things seem extremely bullish, but things, as we know, sentiment can flip on a dime. So like, I don't think it's going to happen, but if Bitcoin like 2 weeks from now was at like 30K, I would not be surprised, right? Because the sentiment can shift so fast. You see it in YouTube chats and you see it on Twitter all the time. Bitcoin dumps like 5%, and it's like the sky's falling. It's like we're going to zero. All the bears come out of hibernation. And same thing if we pump 2%, which, you know, I have fun in the stream. So if we're pumping, I'll play the pump song. We'll have fun. I get it. But if we pump 2%, right, all the bulls come out and it's a parade, right? So the sentiment is just so quick in crypto, and it's honestly insane sometimes. It's honestly insane. So we did Anchor, Milk and Honey with the $4.99 super chat. 2.49 super chats. And there's a chance Alabama hack resigns. I don't think so. I don't think so, Milk. I think that's kind of set in stone. That guy kind of ruined the whole thing. But like I said, I don't think it really affects the market at all. Craig said you were so right. Anson checking out Nexo for me. Yeah, Craig, we can do that, man. Check out Nexo. Let's see. Nexo. Nexo not looking too bad. I mean, the dailies are kind of bunch of indecision candles here in the dailies. But you know, it is moving up, right? It is in a bullish trend. It's making higher highs, making higher lows. Let's see. It has a similar structure to Bitcoin right now, where, you know, you could be forming some type of rising wedge. So just be careful, right? It's not confirmed, right? But if you want to look at it in something like this, just like Bitcoin, you only have 2 touches on the bottom side, so it's not confirmed yet, but you do have a sort of resistance level coming up here. So watch out for that. But, you know, other than that, I mean, if you can break this, you should be pretty bullish. And just looking at kind of your levels here, I mean, you go straight up, you don't have much resistance until you get all the way up here to like 241. So that could be a bullish breakout. Watch for the breakout there. If you get rejected from the top of this trend line, you know, a retest of this kind of upward sloping support makes a lot of sense too. So watch what Bitcoin does. It's going to follow Bitcoin. We know that's kind of how it works. What I will state is I like the bullish back test here, right? So I like the round out. I like the back test of the EMA ribbon. I don't know if I would quite call this a cup and handle pattern. It could be a cup and handle, but either way, if you break this neckline, you're going to be bullish. So whether it's a cup and handle or it's not a cup and handle, either way, you do just want to break out of this resistance line here on a daily close, right? You wicked above it a couple times. You can't close above it though. So that's good. Looks like you're about to flip bullish on this too in the next like couple days, maybe the next 2 days or so. So that is also bullish as well. Like I said, bearish scenario, Bitcoin drops, this drops, and you retest this trend line coming up, I think is the bearish scenario for Nexo, which would be probably, depending on how far you drop, like 157 or so, somewhere around that area. My kids told me that Bitcoin made me bipolar. It's very true. It's very true. If you spend, and this is why I always recommend guys, like, if you spend too much time in front of the charts, it's going to have a negative effect on you. So, yeah, you know, a lot of what I do in my life revolves around me being in front of the charts. So even I have to tell myself. Yeah, so even I have to tell, I wish I could just sit in front of a computer all day, but it will literally make you go insane. It'll make you go insane. So that's why, like, if I stream twice a day, in between, I'm not going to be in front of a computer, right? Or if I am, I'm going to be working on something that's not the chart. It's going to be, you know, maybe a graphic or maybe, you know, something else for another business or something like that. It's not going to be something revolving around a chart, right? So, or, you know, most of the time I go outside, I go for a hike, I go for a walk, I go for a run, I go to the gym, something along those lines to get my mind off it. You can't stare at the charts all day. It's literally going to make you go insane. You know, I've been there before where I looked at the charts too much, has a negative impact on your life. I've been there before. So Milk and Honey said, thank you, Milk and Honey. Appreciate you being a stud as always. Michael said, good morning, Air Jordan. Hope you're well. Have you ever gotten wrecked while you were trading? I'm just a hodler. Got it in the May crash. Yes, I have, my friend. Yes, I have. Why do you think that? Why do you think that in 2017, I got wrecked a lot, and it wasn't me so much leverage trading, but that's what kind of taught me to just hold and not worry about it. But I did get wrecked a lot in 2017, and like I said, I was a lot younger back then, so that we're talking the money amounts we're talking about weren't huge money amounts, but at the time I needed that money, and I got wrecked a lot. I got wrecked a lot. I lost a lot of money, which at the time put me in a not the best spot, but you live and you learn, man. I think everyone kind of lives and learns, and learns to have some risk, right? You got to learn to have some risk tolerance, or I guess I kind of forget the term. Not risk tolerance, but risk. Why can't I think of the term? Holy crap! It's on the tip of my tongue. Manage your risk. Manage your risk, I guess, is the best way to put it. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't go 100% into crypto. Don't go 90% into crypto if you need the money. Because what do I always tell you guys? If you go 90% into crypto, 100% into crypto, and you don't have a lot of other money in your account, and crypto dips, you're going to be very emotional about that money. You're going to panic sell when the market goes down. If you only put 50% of your savings, I'm not going to say whatever. If you're a little bit less risk tolerant, you put maybe 10-20% of your savings into crypto, whatever. Then you're going to be way less emotionally attached to that money, and you're not going to care when it dips. And that, over time, I kind of learned that not to be so over leveraged into crypto. I know some people tell you to put 100% of your money into crypto. If you have savings in cash, you're losing money. It's important to have some savings. And it's important to not only invest in crypto, but maybe invest into some stock market, maybe invest in some real estate, invest money into another business, right? It's good to diversify and not just be all in on crypto, because that can definitely have a negative impact. Manny said, can you do Alliance Block or Ajax? Sure. Let me just make sure it's not some meme coin here. Okay, 271. Definitely not a meme coin. Subscribe to provide the bridge between traditional and digital capital markets of all participants. Facts. All right, let's look at Ajax Bitcoin. I put 90%. Facts. 90% MC. Ballsy, man. That's good for you, dude. Willie said I got 99% in ETH and sleep like a baby. Willie, if you got 99% of your net worth in ETH, that is pretty impressive, I do have to say. Just obviously be careful. If you don't care about the money, it is what it is. But that's a high amount of money to put in crypto. I do, even for someone it's a huge crypto advocate and spends the majority of his life looking at crypto stuff. That's a lot of money to put in crypto, I do have to say. All right, so I think this is all the really info that I have on this guy. Not a lot of info here, but if we're looking at this, not much to really, you can see, the only thing I can really say about this is your daily closes. You can't have a daily close above about 24.8, it seems like. Got rejected there, what I will state is on this, you guys know what I want to see on this, right? If you can have a rounded bottom, bounce off the EMA ribbon, and bounce back up, hopefully make maybe some type of cup and handle. It looks like you wicked to it right here and bounced off of it. Let's see if you can get that continued bounce, or if you just sort of start to roll over here, and this comes up, and you just bounce. That's the kind of price action you'd want to see in that scenario. But yeah, it's not a lot of data to go off of this. It's just sort of doing its thing. Could you be in some sort of rising wedge? Possibly. I'd watch this. Very similar to Bitcoin, just not as upward sloping, but definitely could be in some type of wedge pattern too. So watch out for that. If you do get rejected and maybe you come back down and test the bottom of this wedge at like 20 cents, definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. All right, Bitcoin's still kind of supporting this here. Guys, if you want to look at my fractal isn't playing out too well anymore. You can see here my fractal kind of continued up. But what I will state is, if you actually take this now from here, Bitcoin's doing like almost the exact same thing again. It keeps doing this like same consolidation. You see here, right? You have that consolidation and move up, right? It's kind of doing the same thing again up to a certain point. Now, I gotta say it's gonna happen again, but you know, you're making a lower low again, and the same thing as a fractal. You know, this would make sense from a structure standpoint. I mean, come up here, back test the support, come back down, maybe back to support again, and then bounce, right? Could definitely still happen. Obviously, it's purely speculation, but I'm going to keep this to the side just in case it does play out again for BTC. And it's always fun to look at. It's always fun to look at those fractals, in my opinion. My fractal, rest in peace. It was good while it lasted. It actually lasted a lot longer than I thought it would, but that's okay. It was just for fun anyways. Let's put pattern everywhere until we're right. Facts. Facts. All right. See what we got going on here. Lower stream today. About 800 peeps in here today. Bitcoin's consolidating. That's probably why. All right. Well, what else you guys got for me in the chat here? Play sad violin song. I mean, we're not really dumping, guys. I mean, I don't want to play the sad violin song right now because we're not really dumping. We're right at support, right? So if we break this, yeah, we can play the sad violin song. But right now, we're just kind of right at support, so doesn't really make sense to play the sad violin song. You can see we're coming up on the 200-day again. The 200-day, we're coming up on it again here. Like I said, that's at 45,047. A retest of that today would be freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. So let's see if we backtest that and continue up. We're coming up on it. We're only about 300 bucks away from the 200-day SMA. What's up, Salim?
Really?
What's up, Salim? I'm not going anywhere, my friend. I have more fun than I will tell you. I have more fun in my streams than any other crypto, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Crypto YouTuber, influencer, right? Whatever you want to call it. I have more fun on my streams than anyone. So I promise I will not be going anywhere. I will be gone for a week, though. If you guys didn't know, I will be gone for a week from the 24th to the 31st and going on my first long vacation in a long time. So I'm excited for it. So I will miss you guys during that week. That's the only week I won't be here. But yeah, we can look at Dow. I don't know what Dow or a bow. What is bow? BOA Finance. What's this guy? Doesn't really tell me much here. Let's see if it's even on TradingView, man. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it is there. Yeah, I mean, you're starting to make some uptrend there. It's nice. All your short-term moving averages, killed them. Where's my any ribbon there? He actually never came back down to test it. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of these like small caps. It's just not really a structure to this. Resistance right here. Let me take the fibs. Let's take swing high to swing low. Yeah, so you're right at your 236 Fibonacci. And it's like one of those things, like, this area doesn't make a lot of sense for us to get a lot of resistance from. Alex, I don't know what PP is. If it's what I think it is, that is bold. But I'd probably go Bitcoin in that thing. But you can see here, you got rejected right there off the 236 Fibonacci. So that's why you're getting some resistance there. If you can break this level, look for the next Fibonacci level, 382. That's your next local high at about, 0.001, 0.0014. If you get rejected here, look for a retest of your previous highs at about 0.000082. Seriously, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Bitcoin is coming back down to that 200-day moving average. Alec, I'd probably say BTC, man. I'd say BTC. Maybe PP touch. It's too early for these jokes for me, guys. It's really not early. It's really not early. What's funny is I've turned in like such a night person. I used to be a hardcore morning person. Like every day, I'd wake up about 4:30 a.m. every day. Go to the gym, go to work. I'd be hyper in the morning. Now, not very hyper in the morning. Now I'm kind of miserable. Not miserable, but like you guys know that the morning jitters. Now I'm definitely more of a night person. Like sometimes I'll be up till like, I used to go to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Now I'm going to bed. Now I'll fall asleep at like midnight. Depending on what I'm doing, or if I go out with friends or something after the stream, I'll be out till like 1. So like just a different kind of thing right now, which is weird. Nocturnal beast. Buy high, sell low. I am from, what I will say is, I am from Massachusetts. I had to think about what I was going to say there. But I'm from Massachusetts, man. For sure, dude. Until ETH started with some action. Facts. ETH started with some action, and that's when I've been up lately. The last couple weeks, ETH has been going off at night, and I've tried to tell you guys, why do you think ETH has been pumping the last few weeks? Why do you think ETH has been pumping? Why do you think SHIB has been pumping? Why do you think SHIB has been pumping the last few days? Right? Guess who Bob is talking to again? Bob is talking to his girlfriend again. You know what that means? When Bob's girlfriend is back, that means Bob is clapping those SHIB cheeks, right? So, I'm trying to tell you guys, that's why Bob is getting some action. All right, Bitcoin's coming down to the 200-day SMA. Here we go.
Everybody panic. We're going to zero.
Let's see if we hold it, right? We're only about $200 above, $200 above that resistance, or that support, I should say. So let's see what happens here. About $200. It's a bit Daddy BTC's fault. Facts. Daddy BTC. Yeah, Ecoms. I'm excited for that game. Me, Ecoms, and AlgoApe are going to a Red Sox game, actually, on couple days. Not a couple days. Yeah, I guess you could say a couple days now, which should be pretty fun. I'm excited for it. I'm doing it on a Sunday before the game. Drink some beers. We're gonna be drinking some beers. Probably gonna come on stream, and it's gonna be a fun stream on that Sunday. Bob putting it down. Clapping those SHIB cheeks. Why did you make Bitcoin go to -0, bro? I don't know, man. I don't know. Bitcoin having a red day today. Right? I think we said this yesterday. Don't be surprised if Bitcoin had a red day today. I'm not sure. Might have said that. But yeah, Bitcoin has red days, guys. We forget sometimes that it's okay for Bitcoin to have red days, right? It's okay. But yeah, Kimmy, Bob's putting it down. Bob is putting it down good for SHIB right now. So that's why SHIB's doing pretty well. What's SHIB up today? Doge is down. Because you keep telling me to look at PP. That's why. Where's SHIB? Oh, SHIB's down. SHIB's down. I guess Bob and his girl might be fighting right now. So that's not good. That means Bob's gonna be very, very angry tonight on stream. Very, very angry tonight on stream. So I'm not looking forward to Bob. Bob's gonna have to vent to you guys. I think they're hanging out right now, which kind of makes some sense while they're doing that. All right, here we go. All right. Job of the Short's pretty happy right now. But we are coming up to the 200-day SMA. Will we hold it as support? Like I said, if we drop down below it, it's all about the close tonight. So even if we wick below it, right? Even if we wick below it, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to zero, right? Because we can easily, like we've talked about, just look at yesterday, right? Yesterday, we were all the way down here at one point. And what did we do? We closed the day all the way up here. So, you know, even if we come back below this, the daily close is what's important tonight. We could easily just end up being a wick. Even if we wick down here, right? It could easily just be a wick, and we can close right back above it. So remember that, right? It's all about the close, not necessarily about, you know, the current price action. You can see Bitcoin is actually testing that level right now, 45,000. See what Bitcoin does here. If we bounce off our previous highs, we actually don't have any bullish divergence right now. 4 hour, no bullish divergence on the 4 hour. We'll see what Bitcoin does here. 45,047. All the bears are getting so pumped right now. You can see all of a sudden the bears have gained like 6 inches. Actually, no, that's probably a little bit too high for them. All the bears are all of a sudden in their chairs about 3 inches higher. Okay. But no, in all seriousness, we'll see if we hold this tonight. If we close below it, it's obviously not a great sign. That's not the end of the world, but you know, it's all about the close tonight. It's all about the close. The close. One small dump and the bears come out to play. Facts. BTC is juicy. So are we screwed if we close below it tonight? No, not necessarily screwed. It's just one of those things that we don't want to do. It's just gonna make our lives a little bit harder if we do close below it. But like we said, we don't want to close below it. It would be a lot better if we closed above it. So this is the level we want to close above tonight. That's the level we want to close above tonight. Everything in between tonight and, you know, the close tonight and our current price action really doesn't matter, right? We could go up and down, up and down, up and down here. It's all about where we close. Yeah, I've said that 10 times. Said it 10 times now, but I just want to make that clear, guys. Like, we dump here, it's all about where we close. See what Bitcoin bounces here. Remember, we have our Fibonacci level. We have our fettuccine level at about 382 fib. Also our previous high and also our 200-day moving average. All in this area. Here we go. Wow. We're right back above it. Look at that. Look at that, everyone. We're right back above it. As of right now. And we're back below. Yeah. Let's say we'll see if we'll hear that. We'll hear that. Panic sell time. Everyone panic sell.
Everybody panic. We're going to zero.
Hold the line, says Steven. Hold the line. Hold the line. The bulls are trying to hold the line. 45,038. The Perfect Freak said, you will make noobs sell with overuse of this music for sure. I mean, it is what it is. Me playing a violin music is not going to affect if people buy or sell. Right? If people are gonna sell their crypto, they're gonna do it anyways. You know, if people already have the weak hand and their hands like this on the sell button, they're gonna sell anyways, whether I play the music or I don't play the music. Same way that they're gonna FOMO in. Me playing the pump music, their hand could be like this. They're gonna FOMO in, right? They're gonna FOMO in whether I play the pump music or I don't play the pump music. 45,100 right now for BTC. Next cycle, they're going to be 100 new streamers. Facts. But what I'll say is they all do the same thing. They all do the same thing. Paper hands will sell every time. No Name, what's up? Good to have you in the chat here, No Name. Next 5 minutes, we're going to pump. Probably. Holding that support right now, guys. Holding that damn support. You can see it's very, very similar to what Bitcoin did. You know, it's obviously not the same, but just for clarity, guys, like Bitcoin does this a lot. Real quick, let me just hide the MA. Right here, guys, look. So Bitcoin did this kind of similar thing here. It did a double top. And it's designed to kind of make you sell. I'm not going to say it's going to play out the same way, but it has the same structure. So we have a double top, right? Double top, right? And then you come back down. You come back up, make a lower high. Make a lower high, okay? You fall back down, make a lower low. So you can see here, made lower lows. Made lower lows. Right, and then you don't expect Bitcoin to bounce, but then all of a sudden everyone's right here, it was the same thing kind of whenever this happened. I think no one told us yesterday. 2 days ago, same thing happened. Everyone was screaming, oh, Bitcoin's correction's coming for Bitcoin, right? And then Bitcoin out of nowhere just bounces and goes up higher. So it's sort of this structure that trying to get you to sell. Yeah, it's all manipulation. Not manipulation, but it's all how the algos and the whales kind of paint the market and, you know, get you to think that Bitcoin's going to dump down to zero, and then it just kind of pops back up. You can see already right now, it's already back above 41,100, right? So very, very similar type of structure. I'm not going to say it's going to play out the same way, but that's what they do, right? They think right here, you're going to dip. And then Bitcoin says,
Nope.
And it just pops right back up, right? So right here, everyone probably thinks Bitcoin's going to dip. Bitcoin's going to zero. And then, you know, not going to say, like I said, not going to say it's going to happen, but Bitcoin could just say,
Nope.
And then bounce right back up to the upside. It's all to get you guys, all to get the weak hands to sell. That's all it is. It's all to get the weak hands to sell off while they can accumulate more coins. Whether it happens every time, who knows? But it's kind of the way it goes, man. Pack it up. Too late. We already. Sorry, guys. I like playing with people's emotions. Exactly, Jake. I mean, that's what the whales do. They play with people's emotions. They get people to sell, and, you know, that's what it is. Bears will be saying it's going to dump no matter how high it goes. Facts. Facts. Crypto Bill. Is Lick My Salty Bees and Lick My Ends the same person? Yeah, we have Crypto Bill will cause market crash. Bro, the Crypto Bill has been circulating around. Everyone's known about the Crypto Bill for a week now, and it has not affected the market at all. At all. If anything, the market has gone up since the Crypto Bill was announced. That's the kind of the strength of the crypto market right now. Right? So anyone saying that the bill is going to cause a crypto crash is purely just speculation. I'm just looking at it from reality, right? So everyone's known about the Crypto Bill since I think it was announced last Tuesday. We'll play it safe. We'll say like Thursday is when they really started talking about it. So we'll go 5 days ago. So ever since that they were talking about the Crypto Bill, Bitcoin's been since about right here. Okay, so crypto has gone from 48,000 to 45,000 since this bill was talked about. So anyone say that the bill is going to cause a crash, just purely speculation. In reality, Bitcoin's gone up, and crypto has gone up in general since they talked about this bill. So I'm just looking at it based purely off facts and not based off speculation. You know what I mean? Be nice to Best Boss. Yeah, and what a lot of people don't understand is this Crypto Bill for the US literally doesn't even go into effect till 2023. So people are going insane about this. I bet 95% of people in this chat right now. There's people in here that will be here in 2023, but I bet 95% of people in the chat here will probably lose money in crypto in some way or some form. Not gonna say everyone's gonna do it, but will probably not be here in 2023 unless there's a bull market going on. Because let's be honest, most people don't jump into crypto until the price starts going up. Most people don't accumulate during a bear market. So when this will go into effect, right, really doesn't affect most people in here, right? Because it doesn't even, for what I've heard, it doesn't go into effect until 2023 anyways, right? So we'll leave it at that. All right, so 45,245. Bitcoin has bounced off the bottom of the channel. Who would have thought, boys? Who would have thought that Bitcoin, who panic sold right here? Raise your hand in the chat if you just panic sold right here. I didn't do it, but I'm raising my hand anyway. Who did it? The whales love their wicks, man. The whales love their wicks. So to the upside or downside. There's probably a bunch of people who FOMO'd in right here. Probably a bunch of people who panic sold right here. A bunch of people who panic sold right here. You know? The whales love playing games, man. They really do. In reality, no matter what we're kind of doing, we're kind of just going up and down, man. Pump music. We're not in the pump music phase yet. Nope. Was that a test of the 200 day? I don't, yeah. I mean, it was a perfect bounce off the 200 day. Look at that, man. As of right now, it was a perfect bounce off the 200 day. Now, we don't know if it's going to hold yet, right? We don't know if it's going to hold yet, necessarily. But, you know, just kind of, you know, just kind of one of those things that, you know, if we do hold it, that's bullish. If we don't, well, we got a lot of work to do. We'll see what today's daily close is going to be. If we do close above the 200 day again, that's a clear, that's what we've been waiting for, guys, right? We waited for a clear daily candle close above the 200 day, and then a second daily candle close of a back test of the 200 day. So if we close now simply above the 200 day, we have the bullish back test of it. So we checked both boxes. Now, obviously, we got a long way to go to the close tonight. We're talking 8 hours now until the close. So that's what's going to take for us to close above it. But a lot can happen from there. Kimmy Crypto said, "You're stuck with me. I'm staying." Most people will stay. And not most people will stay, but I think a lot of the people, so I know who's going to be here. I know who's going to be here. For me, the people who are going to be here are the people that were still, you know, super into crypto, even during these times, right? Because a lot of people understand a typical bear market, this is nothing compared to a typical bear market. This was boring as heck, right? And this was a lot of seesawing. But the people that will be here still are the people who stayed during this time. A typical bear market, this is a joke compared to a typical bear market. If you left crypto during this time, well, you're not going to survive a true bear market. Even if a true bear market might not come, but if you look at this consolidation compared to this consolidation, really this whole time frame up here was just a giant kind of boring sideways action, right? Those would be the people that stick around, not the people that are fair weather fans and only really come back into crypto when it's going up. Those would be the people that probably aren't around in 2023. So crypto is life, Jordan. Crypto is life. I'm not going to lie. Crypto is literally my life. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's exciting. It's a roller coaster ride. It used to be a roller coaster ride of emotions. Now I kind of what crypto does to you really is, if you are, you might not always be a hodler, but even as a trader, right? Crypto teaches you to have super emotional control. So my emotional control level is insane now. Like, no matter if Bitcoin drops 40, 50, 60, 70%, it's not going to drop 70%, but it could at some point. But even if crypto drops a certain point, my emotional control level is insane, right? Absolutely insane. I don't get too high, I don't get too low. Yeah, on stream, like I always said, we have fun. We jump up and down when Bitcoin's pumping. But in the back of my mind, I'm always a realist, and I always understand that when the market gets too hot, that's when you should start being worried. Like we always talk about, if the meme coins start blasting up again, I'm taking some profits, right? If my grandma asked me how to buy Bitcoin again, I'm probably taking some profits, right? I'm using these indicators, not necessarily technical analysis indicators, but overall macro indicators to take profits. But yeah, I mean, hope you guys, crypto gave me a lot of anxiety. Yeah, I mean, if you're over invested, it's going to give you anxiety, but if you're not, this is what it is. It is what it is. 45,320 for BTC right now. See if we dip again here. ETH dipped to 2,600-ish today. Depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks below these previous highs on a close, probably seeing a bigger dip. But guys, you guys know what in my opinion is on Bitcoin, right? Technical analysis right now doesn't mean jack squat. It doesn't mean jack squat. At least the short-term technical analysis. The daily, I think, has meaning, right? These moving averages have meaning as far as support resistance. If they didn't, right, you wouldn't see a resistance there. You wouldn't see a semi-support there as of right now. Weekly time frame has a significance in my opinion. There's a reason why the weekly close was exactly at the 20-week SMA. You know, there's a reason why Bitcoin closed right at the 20-week SMA, right? The longer term time frames are more accurate. The 1 hour, the 4 hour, even sometimes the daily are pretty unpredictable. And looking at some of this stuff is like trying to pick straws. Like because I just remember, like we talked about earlier, I remember right here, right? We made another lower low. You know, people were calling for a bigger dip here, and Bitcoin, like I said, just defied it and just pumped, right? Now you could argue because it had, you could argue because it had bullish divergence or whatever, but you know, in reality, you know, during this time, I even thought we were going to have a bigger dip here because of this, at least retesting here. But Bitcoin bounced off a level where really no one was expecting a bounce. You know, a lot of this way up, I mean, just kind of has been kind of weird and kind of unpredictable, right? Like this move, right? We came back down to retest. A lot of people were expecting a retest of, I guess this one kind of makes sense in a way. This move didn't really make sense. Like a move up here, back test here, then another pump. A lot of these pumps just come out of absolutely nowhere, just at random levels. So, like, I would be surprised if we copied this here and just started to pump again out of absolutely nowhere. I also wouldn't be surprised if we don't. That's kind of where we came to with Bitcoin. It's so volatile right now. The short-term time frames, it just literally, we watch them for fun, but we really don't know where they're going. And just to be honest with you guys, like, this is what it is. Who's Eric Hall? I don't even know who that is, Rick. Gillian said I'm up over 40% total portfolio. Nice, man. Probably means you were buying at 29, 40, 20, so 29, 30K, somewhere in that area. People that buy when you were scared are the people with life-changing wealth. Facts. 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 And over time, you would think this would be like something that, you know, people would catch on to with over time, but how long have investments been around? You know, I'm not going to go back and look, but even like stock market, anything really, you would think that would be something that people would catch up on, but people just keep making the same mistake. And I used to make these mistakes over and over and over again. People don't want to buy when there's fear in the market. People don't want to buy when an asset is going down. But when an asset is going down, tends to be the best times to buy. Always. But people always want to buy, and people always want to wait to when the asset is going up. And when you wait until the asset is going up, you're probably going to be too late. Hence why most people bought up here, right? And not a lot of people bought down here. Not a lot of people bought down here. Okay? A lot of people bought up here. Not a lot of people bought down here, right? You would think that, you know, buying low and selling high would be, you know, a sort of known commodity at this point, but people just make the same mistake over and over and over again. And now you're going to have a lot of people, like, if this does continue higher, not going to say it's necessarily going to be, but a lot of the people that didn't buy down here are going to be stuck with a conundrum. If we do go higher, they're going to be stuck with the conundrum now of having to FOMO in. Do they FOMO in? And they're going to keep saying, I'm going to wait to the next dip. I'm going to wait to the next dip. But no dip will be big enough for them. And they'll never buy back in. But yeah, as someone who does that, as buys the lows, right? I'm a hodler, so I don't really sell the highs just yet. But, you know, I will eventually. You know, as someone who does buy the lows, I'll take advantage of people selling. You know, I'll take advantage of it all day. In cryptocurrency investment, long-term thinkers are less stress. Exactly. Exactly. Everyone is happy now. That means sell or short. Not necessarily, Brian. Not necessarily. I mean, everyone was happy. Everyone was happy here too. Everyone was happy here too, and that didn't matter. Right? So fear and greed doesn't always work because there was a lot of greed all the way on the way up here for Bitcoin. That was greed. But did that really matter? No. Right? The same thing in 2017. Everyone was happy here. Did that really matter? No. Bitcoin can go up for months. Same thing on the downside, right? Just because there's fear here doesn't mean we can't go lower, right? Just because there was fear all the way in this range doesn't mean Bitcoin can't go lower, right? But that's why you buy the fear and you sell, yes, you sell the greed. Which it depends on your, really depends on your strategy at the end of the day. How do you decide on taking partial profits? See, a lot of people don't do this. See, a lot of people don't go into their investments with a strategy, right? A lot of people just buy and don't have any exit strategy, right? So before you buy, you should have an exit strategy. Like, I'm going to take, 10% off when we hit 40,000. I'm going to take 10% off when we hit 50,000. 1060, 1070, 1080, 1090, 100, right? Something along those lines. You should always have an exit strategy, not just a dollar cost average and enter strategy. Always have a strategy of when you're going to take profits. Now that can be flexible, right? If the market's getting looks a little bit too overheated when we're hitting all-time highs again, be a little bit flexible with your strategy, right? Maybe if Shiba is going up 1,000% a day again, right? Maybe be flexible and take more profits. That's what I'm going to be doing. If I see meme coins going up again, I'm taking profits early. That's just my strategy going into it because I'm not making the same mistake that I did in the previous all-time high. I always have a strategy going into it. Or you can just be a long-term hodler and not sell, which I'm not going to be doing. I will be taking some profits on the way up so that I can use that money to invest into real estate or invest into crypto during the next bear market, right? I'll be reinvesting that into other stuff, but you got to have a strategy. What ultimately is your sell price for Bitcoin? I'll never sell all my Bitcoin. My plan as of right now is to keep 20 to 30% of my Bitcoin in for long-term holdings that I don't touch ever. I don't touch that. That stays in there. Same thing with ETH. I'll hold 20-30% of my ETH that I don't touch. Everything else I will be taking out at some point, laddered up, right? Laddered up. Jordan loves Shiba Inu. I do. Lick my ends. I love Shiba Inu. Lick my ends is another great troll in here. We have all the trolls seem to be like to lick interesting body parts. We have lick my salty bees and we have lick my ends. So a lot of people that like to lick certain body parts as trolls in here. But I love my trolls, right? I love my bears. I love my trolls. I love my bulls, obviously. That sounds wrong. I love my bulls. I love my balls. But yeah, everyone can have their own opinion. I'm a debater. I'm a natural debater, right? I like to debate. Just kind of how I am. Selling BTC is the dumbest thing anyone can do. Yeah. Why did you not pull out any profits last time, all-time high? Because I don't think it's the true all-time high for Bitcoin, right? In theory, I probably should have. I at the all-time highs, I was talking about how meme coins were getting a little bit too overheated. Probably meant that too much what we call dumb money is coming into the market. Should have probably taken some profits up there. I didn't. The reason why I didn't, because I don't think that's the top of the bull market. And the facts. And if it is, whatever. I'll end up holding my coins for the next few years. But eventually, we'll be at the point where I expect us to be. So in reality, for me, it doesn't matter. I have patience. I don't care about necessarily if we go up to the hunt, go up to 6 figures tomorrow, or if we go up to 6 figures in 4 years. To me, it really doesn't matter, because eventually I do believe we'll get there. It's just a matter of, do you have the patience to wait for Bitcoin to get up there? Right? So, all right, Bitcoin coming back down to test again. Bitcoin coming back down to test again here. Master debater. I am sort of a master debater, huh? Looks like the bill will pass. Where's next Bitcoin resistance? I'll have to do some research on that. I don't want to spend false information. But I think the bill will pass. I think the bill will pass. The master batter. These trolls want Bob. They do. They do. Not to forget your local top indicator. Facts. I just want to quit my slave job already. Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta have patience, dude. It takes a while. You know, it takes a while sometimes. I'm not gonna say, like I've always say, crypto is not fast money, right? Crypto is a sort of a marathon. It's not a sprint. A lot of people, sometimes it can be a sprint, so people get, you know, the false satisfaction of thinking it's always a sprint. But there's times where you gotta wait a while, right? You know, for everyone that bought down here, it was not an easy ride. It was a lot of roller coaster emotions, right? Bad emotions, good. Bad emotions, good. Boring emotions, and then good emotions, right? It's a roller coaster ride. It's not just always good emotions. So always remember that. Now you can get rich pretty quick in crypto if you get in the right, maybe low cap altcoins. You get in at the right time. Sometimes you can get lucky, right? You might get in right here, which would have been the smart move. But unfortunately, instead of a lot of people getting in right here or getting in right here, because everyone was too fearful, right? The biggest fear points were statistically the best times to buy crypto. Everyone got in right here, where there was too much greed, right? And I do want to state, I don't think that, you know, there was fear here, right? There was fear, but was the fear as big as down here? No, there were still people being hopeful right here. But I do think there was general fear here and a lot of FUD. It's fear and FUD. Fear and FUD, I should say. I do think there was a lot of fear and FUD here, but it wasn't as big as down here. So I wouldn't say this was as strong as a buying area as down here, but still, the same general sentiment still exists, right? So, as I said, I want to see the most people make the most money as possible, and in general, investments, you know, buying when there's fear is generally a better strategy than buying when there's greed. Even though you can make money buying stuff that when there's greed, you can, but you got to get a little lucky at the same time. You're awesome and hilarious. Appreciate your knowledge and straight input. Smash a like. Thank you. I do have some knowledge, right? Like I said, my knowledge stems from, right, I guess, reading the charts, sort of. I can't predict where the price is going to go, right? The one thing I try to harp on is dollar cost averaging, modeling, thinking long term, don't think short term, and that's it. Anything else short term, I have no idea where the price is going. No idea, right? My grandma has just as good of idea as where Bitcoin's going than I do in the next couple days. Even in the next couple weeks, my grandma could probably guess better than I would. I would take her up on that. But in the long term, I'm pretty confident where crypto's going. So that's my point. All right. I'm probably going to end the stream here. We've been live a little bit longer than I actually wanted to be live today. But I'm kind of chilling. Watch for Bitcoin to, like I said, what's important tonight. is if we dip below the 20 SMA, right? It's all about the close tonight. So even if we wick below it, like we stated, guys, even if we wick below it, it's all about where we close. We just want to close above about 45,047. That's the level we want to close above tonight. As long as we do that, perfect. It would just be a bullish back test of the 200-day SMA. Awesome. That's what we wanted. That's the final check mark that we wanted, right? We talked about breaking out a close. Now we need to test it on a close. That would be perfect. If we close it below that, not the end of the world, but definitely should start looking at probably some maybe downwards price levels if we do close below it. So make sure, you know, if you guys want to watch tonight, make sure you guys are watching this in particular. Will we close above 45,047? Because that would be bullish. If we don't, we'll look at some downward targets. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy your day. Don't stare at the charts all day, please. It's not healthy for you to stare at the charts all day. It's really not. All right. So I'll catch you guys later. If you guys can leave a like before you go, follow me on Twitter. Go join the Discord. Links down below. Right. Peace. Peace. Peace.